Good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. We are here from the Echo Master League. I am HPenny2. Here with me in the caster's booth is Nebula, and with us on sidelines is Sins. We, of course, have the one and only Trod on our cameras tonight, and we have a nice little matchup for you tonight, Ramp versus Parallax. Nebula, how you feeling about this one?
This is definitely a step down from my game last night, but it's still going to be very fun to cast. Especially seeing many of my good friends on these teams, particularly IHOP, Toff, and KF. Um, there are still some really good players on these teams. Um, so yeah, we'll see how this game is going to go, and we're actively only waiting on one more player. So after that, we'll get going.
Absolutely, yeah, and we're looking at, I had to pull up the leaderboard, but a little I think high gold match is what this one's gonna be. So yeah, we should have a nice matchup for us tonight, and hopefully we'll get that last player in the arena. I think they may potentially be having some slight technical issues, but hopefully not. But
What's
irregardless,
Echo
yeah.
without technical issues?
What is, I mean, at this, where we are right now, yeah. Unfortunately. What is, heck, even before everything, let's be honest now. I don't know, tech can be finicky as is. VR tech especially, I think. I don't know. But, you know, that's the fun of the game sometimes. But yeah, either way, we should be getting started very shortly here. Just waiting to hear back from uh, a team here.
Does seem that they are here. But will they stay? They will not stay.
Just a moment. Oop.
I do want to ask, what do you think will favor in this match?
Um, I do think that Ramp will favor in this match. Um, Mainly because of Toph and IHOP's really fast stacks. They're a really good duo together. From what I've seen, they can, if play well together, they can beat nearly anyone on the game.
I think that's interesting because off of like a ladder position alone, Parallax supposedly would favor sitting actually quite a few ranks above Ramp currently, but I mean, we've definitely seen that sometimes. Maybe that might not be as indicative as we think it may be because I'm thinking back to the 11.5 versus Frog match from the other night. And just how crazy of a match that went, despite being again several positions between each other, some good chemistry and whatnot, and being able to puncture the other team can definitely be able to help with that. But we'll definitely see as we get underway shortly.
If I were to say something about this game, we have seen a lot through ramp, but I would also want to say that Parallax will probably be victorious in this, even though Ramp's been seen a lot with these casted matches.
I mean, I also feel like it can go either way here, but I mean, purely just based off of ladder positioning, yeah, Parallax should be getting it, but I mean, it's Echo, so anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Oh yeah, Parallax will be using a league sub. It does seem that Asteria cannot get into the match.
Maybe having some slight technical issues. This might be a server issue, but it's kind of unclear.
I think they're gonna go to one of their backups. It looks like.
Does look like it. Yeah, clarification on Parallax. Demon the Dragon is a league sub.
Oh yeah, thank you.
There he is. There's one of them.
All of the dashes.
Never mind. I lied. F4 is on Parallax.
How's everybody in the chat doing today? Disco Flame is good. I guess they won't be using a league sub.
Does appear to be the case. True. Hopefully being started here. I think we're getting our backup player in for ramp, so should be getting started here shortly. Apologies for the delay, everyone.
Seems like Asteria actually managed to get in.
Potentially, I've seen their name show up, but they did keep getting disconnected.
Yeah, but they didn't get disconnected this time, so maybe.
That might be the case. I'm gonna need to have a player leave though. But we do hear those ready ups coming in, so we should be getting here. Start shortly here.
Alright. Alright. How about you lead us out?
And they're going to pause as they fix their player issue because I believe that's because the clock was about to start while they still had 5 players on, which, if I'm not mistaken, is illegal. So now we'll be getting on their way right out of the tubes. Just a few seconds left on the clock, and out of the tunnels, it is going to be... Oh, who got that one? It's going to be Ramp who got that one. Purple has that. Send that over to IHOP. IHOP send that up over to Toph, and sending it in for the quick 2 is going to start off this round for Ramp.
Very quick shots there, coming in from ramp. It is going to be a just advantage for Parallax here. Let's see what they can do with it. Isaac has this. Moving forward, passes it over to F4. F4 clears it all the way downfield. Going for the half court. Barely makes it, or barely misses it off the ding ring. Picks up by Toph. Toph over to IHOP. IHOP has it. Misses a pass. KF picks it up. Over to Isaac. Isaac picks it in for 2.
Response coming in from Parallax there, tying the game back up. See Ramp's first just advantage in this game and see how they decide to respond to that. Gonna be IHOP and Toph taking a very quick dribble stack out here. He is going to lose possession of the disc there. Fortray gets that and manages to throw that out before getting stunned, but it does manage to be very quickly recollected by Toph there. Over to Purple, Purple over to IHOP, and with a potential 2-point shot from the top of the clock, is not quite going to land that angle though. It's going to end up in the hands of KF as it bounces around here. Does get slammed out by Purple though. Purple moving upside down and recollecting that. Gonna try to walk into the bubble here, and with not too much pressure coming in, gonna be a one-on-one with Fortray, and a slow shot into the bottom of the goal is gonna be another 2 points up for Ramp.
Very good play there by Purple. Just slowly walking it in. Making sure to play it safe. Parallax is going to have the joust advantage here. Isaac has the disc. Passes it over to KF on Pack. KF is trying to lure Ramp over. Ramp headbutts the disc out of KF's hands. They go for the shot and they make the 3. Very good play by Ramp, pushing, keeping pressure on them.
And that 3-point could be a big deal, as if we keep having those 2-point shots back and forth, that will allow them to keep at least a 1-point deficit for a goal. But that is dependent on if that keeps happening, and that might be a little bit of a reversal if Ramp can take possession of that missed rollout there, but it's going to be everyone kind of going for this here. Could really be anyone who gets it, but ends up being a turnover into Toph's hands after everything. Going to try to get a pass across the roof to IHOP, but it bounces into that top trench. Going to be all the way into Parallax's bubble, and with an open goal, going to try to go in for the 2, but a little too quickly bounces it into the floor instead. Unfortunate for them, but it is going to be IHOP recollecting that, sending it all the way into Parallax's zone with their stack on top of it. Toph almost gets that, but it's going to be KF who manages to get that right before Ramp can, and they're going to get a clear into the Ramp bubble, but Toph is there to stop that one from happening. To be IHOP taking initiative with the disc, moving the pass to Purple. Purple seeing some pressure, but manages to clear it out before it can be stolen. Does manage to be recollected by Isaac from Parallax here though. We Fortray not seeing the pressure coming in from Toph, no way communicating that they need to get rid of that disc. It's going to be Toph moving around, maneuvering up to the roof, going to find the pass over to IHOP, moving quickly into the bubble, finding the cross over to Toph there, but right off of the ding ring, not quite going to happen. Asteria with another chance here, still another chance to make a shot if they can find a way to pierce Parallax's defense here, but Purple drops the disc as they get stunned. IHOP just narrowly manages to recollect that there. KF stunning and stealing one more time, and then also getting stunned out. It'll be Toph trying to find the cross pass, but it is not there as they also get stunned. Purple, another chance here. Pass over to Asteria, but bounces off the wall. IHOP has a chance here, finds the pass to Asteria, and finally in for another 2 points after a bit of messy chaos. Does manage to find themselves with a, I believe, 7-point advantage up on Parallax here.
Yeah, very good plays there by Ramp. Just a couple adjustments, and they could have gone a bit sooner, but still very good play. It is going to be a missed pass over to Right tunnel. Tough passes it over to IHOP, over to Purple, and Purple takes it in for a very quick 2.
Ramp suddenly taking a pretty quick initiative in this first round here all of a sudden. They did have some rough passes in that round beforehand, but they managed to stay on Parallax's side more importantly, whether stunning or just making sure they are the first ones to regain possession of the disc, even if they're being a little bit panicky with it. They are still playing very well offensively, and that seems to be working through them, maybe unless Parallax ups their defense game a little bit. But right now, Parallax, speaking of defense game, might be getting a clear out here. Gonna be Fortray recollecting that, as it doesn't quite get all the way out. Does manage to bounce it off of that middle geometry there, though. But Ramp, like a pack of hungry wolves, manages to clear that out all the way into Parallax's side, though. Gonna bounce around that trap, though, and it's gonna be Fortray one more time, recollecting that disc. Now moving up a bit slower, seeing some pressure coming in from Toph, finds the pass over to F4. F4 tries to slide it across the arena to KF, but bounces off the wall. Missed pass. Isaac manages to get that before Toph can, though. Still manages to be recollected in the bubble by Asteria, though. It's going to be passed out into that midfield zone. Fortray now saying that all the way back into the bubble, trying to pass it to someone. KF gets that, but it's off the head of Asteria, I believe. Manages to get that out, but still in the bubble. F4 pushing in. IHOP stopping that one from happening, stealing the disc, pushing in, but the pressure from Parallax's stack might be too much, as they're going to have another chance to push into the bubble for another 2 points. Finally getting another goal on the board for Parallax.
Very good play there by Parallax. Putting some extra points on the board, definitely to close the gap. A little under 3 minutes left on the board, or left on the clock. 7-point lead still for Ramp. Parallax can still come back here. They play it right. It's gonna be into the left tunnel. They are dribbling it up the field. Purple manages to pick it up. Passes it down to Asteria. Asteria to Toph. Good, but it gets stolen by F4, and he tries to clear it, but it was slightly off. Toph picks it up, gets done. IHOP picks it up. Purple grabs it and takes it in for a 2.
Ramp still persisting with that strong offensive lead here. See if Parallax has a chance to come back on this. I think it may be technically possible if Parallax makes some very quick plays and changes here, but it's going to be probably unlikely. But I have to imagine they're still going to try, as F4 pushing into the bubble has Fortray with the pass back and forth here. Some strong pressure coming in from Ramp here. Does manage to get it back up to Fortray and off of the edge of the goal. So close. Isaac trying to get that, but it's going to be Purple for Ramp who ends up getting that. Going to clear it all the way into the Parallax bubble and bounces off of the floor geometry into the goal for a lucky shot from 46 meters away. What a 3 right there for Ramp.
Yeah, we are at the point of no return there for Parallax. It is now mathematically impossible for them to come back, but they can still try to close the gap. And just a heads up for anyone. This match kind of matters, because next week is break week. But besides that, Asteria clears it downfield. Almost gets another lucky shot, but he takes it in for a 2.
IHOP clearly very happy with themselves. But yeah, I was about to say, if that bounces, because it bounced off the floor in almost the exact same way, and from the angle I was looking on at, it did look like it was about to bounce in the exact same way a second time. I would have screamed. But right now there's dead seconds on the clock. Parallax maybe gonna try to take it for another shot, but Purple right now for Ramp maybe moving on for a final 2-point shot, and is gonna take it in to close out round 1 with a very strong lead for Ramp, 20-4.
Denz,
what do you think about this match?
When you're looking at just statistics, Ramp just automatically wins. When you watch Parallax, they had a great thing going for them in the first maybe minute or two when they had a slow offense, got in the bubble, and then when Ramp learned what they were doing, they just capitalized off their stacks. And I think that if Ramp just learns from what Parallax keeps doing, then they will have a fun match and maybe an easy win.
I think you're absolutely right. And I mean, yeah, just statistically, we're seeing Ramp with actually quite a bit more possession time, and I think a lot of that is can be attributed to Ramp just having a very hard offense this game. I mean, they definitely had some slip ups in there, but they importantly were able to, for the most part, keep the disc out of their side of the arena, and that can be a very big deal because it can be pretty difficult to get to the other side of the arena. So if they can force the disc to stay on Parallax's side, they're going to keep having chances to make shots and not get forced onto the defense themselves, where I think that was mainly where Parallax maybe had opportunities to take some shots. But we'll be getting off with the round 2 neutral joust. Nebula, if you'd like to take it away.
For sure. Seems to be that Ramp is going to get the disc here. Tough. Or IHOP actually picks it up. Down to Purple. Purple tries to take it in for a 2, but it goes off of somebody's head. IHOP picks it up. Goes in for a 1-on-1. Barely misses a shot. But Tough is going to pick it up here. He gets pressured by Fourth Try. Fourth Try picks it off of him. It's a free ball. Asteria picks it up, throws it down to IHOP. Just barely missing. Fourth Try has it. Over on clock. Is gonna try to hit F4. F4 tries to clear it, but it's intercepted by Asteria. Asteria is gonna hold it over on station. Gets pressured by KF. Asteria down to Tough. Tough all the way over to IHOP, but it's a missed pass. Asteria tries to get over to one of his teammates, but he just can't. Asteria tries to get over to Purple, but it's a slightly failed pass. Purple is going to try to slow it down, passes it over to IHOP. IHOP takes it in for a 2. Very good plays there from Ramp. Just slowing it down maybe a little bit.
Yeah, maybe trying to avoid the maybe pass mistakes that happened last time, because you land those passes, you're probably going to make it into the goal if you can break through the other team's defense, and that's exactly what they did there. But right now, Parallax is their first chance of this round to respond as F4 moving quickly into the Ramp bubble, but stunned out by Ramp there. Gonna be 4-Tray quickly trying to go for the recollect, but not seeing the stun in time. F4 recollects again, but also stunned. The other 2 Parallax players sitting a little further back, not quite able to stop anything from happening there, and are going to end up moving into the bubble Ramp, that is. IHOP sending it in for the 2 straight away.
Very good play there from Ramp. Take it in for an easy 2. But it is going to be a just advantage for Parallax, and Parallax is going to throw it over to the left tunnel. Just barely missing the pass. Purple picks it up. Throws it over to the right tunnel. Gets picked up by Isaac. Just barely hits off of Choff's head. F4 tries to shoot the half court. Just barely misses. Purple picks it up. Gets stunned. KF has it. He's looking for some passes, but he doesn't see any. IHOP has it. He's going to try and clear it downfield. It does get out. It's a stack race, and IHOP picks it up. And IHOP goes for a shot, but barely misses. Purple down to top. Fortray steals it from his own teammate. F4 clears it down, or tries to clear it downfield, but it's just off the tunnel. Gets pressured by IHOP. Steals it. Goes for the boop shot, and it's in. Very nice shot there from Ramp.
Very nice shot indeed. It was a 3 for Ramp, bringing them 7-0, just a little under 4 minutes into the second round here. Ramp still maintaining their lead that they held in the last round here. Give Parallax another chance as they may be taking this Joust advantage a little bit slower. KF gonna try to find the pass over to F4, does connect. Not too much pressure coming in from Ramp as they back up to defend a little bit. Missed pass to Fortray, though, is going to be stolen by IHOP, though, who's going to try to get the clear through the middle into Parallax's zone, but it does not quite happen. After bouncing around a bit, Toph does manage to get that and does finally get the clear into the Parallax zone, but Isaac is going to stop that one from happening, sending it straight back where it came from, but Ramp already has the stack locked and loaded, is gonna dribble on top of that disc. Purple and Asteria sitting together, sending Fortray out and finding maybe either a clear or an attempted shot there, but either way, Isaac is gonna stop that one from happening. Another time, almost bouncing into the goal off the backboard there. Not quite. Gonna be recollected by Purple again. Just got kind of a few blind clears happening here. I think one of those may have been a attempted shot off the roof by Ramp there, but either way, F4 is now going to try to move into the bubble here. It's passing over to Fortray, crossing to KF, but IHOP is sitting on top of that with the stun ready to go. Is gonna find the route to clear into Parallax's side this time around. But it's gonna be Parallax's stack on top of this one more time. KF has that. Stolen by Toph, though, with another stun. Gonna bounce it off of the floor over to IHOP. Tries to get a sneaky send in, but Isaac with the wonderful save. KF has that. Another chance. Nobody really able to make too many advances right now, though. Toph maybe gonna try to go for the mail slot, but the angle is not good. F4 gets that. Stolen by Ramp. Purple has that. Tries to flick it into the bubble. Recollected by Fortray again here. Gonna see some movement. Almost a pass to the opponent, Asteria there. Gonna be Toph who ends up recollecting that, trying to stop it from entering Ramp's side, and they are able to, but Isaac's still in the bubble. Parallax maybe slowing things down a little bit. Fortray over to F4. F4 trying to draw out that stack pressure from Ramp there. Is gonna try to get the pass over to KF. It does connect, but not before Asteria once again is able to steal it, and Purple may be able to make a shot on the open goal here. Is gonna stop in front of the 3-point line, but off of the ring on the open goal. How unfortunate. Toph with another chance here. Fortray trying to make it happen, but off of the geometry, they just cannot get out of their side right now. Asteria over to IHOP one more time. Cross over to Asteria, and finally, after everything, another 2 points for Ramp. My goodness.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8,
Very good play there by Ram. Just a little bit. They're clearing it a bit too quickly. They're panicking a bit too much. But it is going to be a Joust advantage for Parallax here. Isaac clears it all the way over to almost a boot shot once again. Asteria saves it though. Good save. Fortray tries to take it into 4-2, but it's just off the ding ring. F4 has it. Resets it back to Isaac. Isaac over to Fortray. Fortray's gonna pass it all the way over to F4, but it's just a barely missed pass.
interception.
Toph passes it over to IHOP. But it is going... Oh wait, no, it is going to go into IHOP's hands. Getting some space. Passes it over to Toph, but Toph misses it. Purple tries to go for the backboard shot, but he misses. IHOP. What's it is? But down to Asteria. Asteria. Gonna get it intercepted. KF has it. He's gonna try for a clear, but just barely going off the diamond. IHOP picks it up. Dukes out Fortray. F4 clears it downfield. Really weird bounce off of a satellite there. Yeah, it's gonna try to pick it in. Just barely missing. Almost bounced in. But really good too from Bram.
Parallax just not able to respond to just Ramp's brutal offense right now. Despite the chaos that's been happening in the panic clears, really from both sides, I think Ramp is just able to still pull ahead right now. We'll see if Parallax tries to make another attempt here, as they're going to move that quite quickly to KF. KF off the floor, but bouncing off that trench geometry in not a particularly favorable way. F4 still manages to recollect that, though, seeing some pressure from that ramp stack there, though. F4 tries to get a pass off there, but bounces off that geometry once again. Fortray does manage to get that. Now into the bubble, tries to go off the backboard, but the angle is not quite good enough. Gonna bounce maybe all the way into the tunnel there. Quite a favorable manner for Ramp, actually, as they maybe try to go for the half-court shot in the last few seconds here, but not quite going to be all the way back into Ramp's zone. Gonna see the stacks coming in from both sides, but it's gonna be Asteria who's on top of that first. Tries to get the clear out, but bounces off into that trap zone there. Purple still has that, though. Does opt for a clear out, and it might be a shot, but not quite. Very close, though. Asteria moving into the bubble, maybe for a last-second goal here, but saved by Isaac as we close out the round. Once again in favor of Ramp, who is going to take this in 2 rounds, 11-0. Sins, what did you think about that one?
I think watching Parallax, their main problem was they just kept rushing things. I don't think a single, I don't want to be rude about this, but I don't think a single geode on their side was not hit from their own side. And I think looking at statistics, it's the possession time shows shots taken showed from a 32 to a 13 shots taken.
Yeah, and it definitely can be that way when it comes to things like that. Ramp just definitely pulling ahead. Strong offense, trying to make sure they get those things to connect. Both sides having a little bit of issue with panic clearing sometimes, but that's how it is sometimes. But regardless, yeah. Nebula, you have any thoughts?
It was a very good matchup there. Ramp was able to take it out, though, even with the ladder positioning showing that Parallax should have had the game. Which shows that, you know, EML can really be anything. I do think that Parallax just needs to work on their clearing, passing, just their overall consistency. But with that being said, we do have another match in about 20 minutes, so hope that you all are there, and see you then.